I'm Geoff Nemnich.
And I'm Rick Paillet.
And we're the hosts of The Last Stand. Coyote hunting is my passion.
And coyote calls are my livelihood.
And together we aim to bring you the best predator hunting tips, tricks, and tactics, right down to The Last Stand.
The Last Stand, presented by Lucky Duck Predator Calls. We are the masters of deception. Swagger bipods. Shoot with confidence, shoot with swagger. Onyx Hunt. Know where you stand. Hornady. Accurate, deadly, dependable. Pulsar. Image, quality. Silencer Central. Silence delivered.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of The Last Stand. A little night and day difference from a few weeks ago in South Dakota, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'll give you a rundown on what this trip has consisted of so far. You know, like I've talked about many times, we plan these trips months in advance. People flying in, we got people, it's just, we got to go with what the weather gives us. Unfortunately, this was not a very good one. This big low come up, record blizzards, I don't even know what you'd even call it.
Yeah, we couldn't even get to Farmer Mark's.
No, I mean, that was the original plan. Was you've seen Farmer Mark and G and hunting with TR. That was the plan. We were going to hunt with them the first day. They got, 30 inches of snow out there?
Yep.
Wind blew. We couldn't get there. So we were planning on coming hunting with Colton one day anyway. So Colton kind of dropped what he was doing and bailed us out. And we decided to come with him for the 3 days. Well, yesterday didn't pan out. The storm was still blowing. It was raining. We gave it a shot. It was so muddy. We finally quit when Rick's underwear got wet.
Yeah.
It was bad. We gave it a shot. I mean, everything was just soaking wet. But we knew we'd have 2 pretty decent days. So we're back out here. This is actually day 2 in Colorado, but this is going to be the first episode of the trip. So obviously there's snow. It rained a lot, so the snow kind of compacted. The challenge today is the rancher doesn't want us driving out in the pastures, which is totally understandable. So we're going to hunt from the county roads. You know, we'll stay on the county road, walk in, so we're not damaging the pastures. But we put together a plan last night. Colton and I got on Onyx, and we just kind of dropped us where we have about 15 or 16 spots that we can make, walking in from the county road. So that's going to be the plan. Oh, Ricky's carrying the 10 gauge.
Yeah.
For a little bit anyway.
I still kind of got my dauber down this morning. I don't know why.
Yes, I'll tell you.
My old buddy TR can't get here because 70's closed, and I don't know. We kill a coyote, I'll get pepped up. That's all it takes.
That's right. Well, we're not going to be soaking wet today, I can guarantee that. Got maybe a 15, 18 mile an hour wind for most of the day, but should be good. We're going to slip in here. Colton's got a spot picked out where he's killed coyotes before. Going to drop down into this big valley. Going to be lots of yuccas and stuff like that today, so should be good.
Yep.
Well, Rick's getting the call set out. Pretty dang good looking stand. Just got this big draw. We're way up at the head of it. But as it gets down in there deeper, it just gets thicker with yuccas. Lots of cuts, lots of dips. Lots of places these coyotes could be right now. Walked in probably 500 yards off the road, so natural funnel's coming right up to its wind's coming right in our face. I didn't want to put the call right down in the bottom because I really want sound to be able to go over this hill to our left, just because there's other good cuts over there. So Rick actually went up high. He's got the call out in front of him. A lot more yuccas for him to tuck in right here, so hopefully if they come, they'll funnel up on the top side of this hill, or they'll come right down below us and we'll shoot them. If they come over high on the hill here, I got a shot. Should have everything covered. Wind's not blowing very much. It's kind of misting a little bit right in our face, so hopefully our lenses and scope stay dry for long enough to kill a coyote on this stand. get this one stopped here and shot him. He's just not at the right angle. Give him a minute here. There you go. Don't freak out. We'll get him right here to this hill. It's one of those, when the coyote moves, you move. Just gonna give him a minute here to see what he does. He's only like 100 yards, but we're gonna get some footage. Next time he stops, I'm going to shoot him. There we go. That wasn't too patient for you, was it? Rick would have shot him up there about 2 different times. Just getting some footage. We're about 3.5 minutes in. As you can tell, just watching that body language of that coyote, he stopped multiple times, and they'll look at you. As long as you don't panic and move, they just look. Here he comes, you know. So, plus, he was stopping on his own. I wanted the call to keep going. So, if they keep coming from over hills like that, they didn't hear that shot at all.
Not out in front of the call, that's for sure.
Honestly, with this mist, I'm kind of glad, because my glasses are so covered in mist. I'm like, I keep looking, making sure I can still see the bead on the end of the shotgun.
I know I took off my my clear glasses because they were doing the same thing, but no, he popped up, come up over the top. I didn't see him till he's already off, and he stopped and he like shook all the water off of him.
Oh yeah.
And then he was just trotting down the hill, and he stopped like 3 or 4 different times looking, but he was always looking at the call. I'm like, all right, let's just let him keep coming, and he got to
good
69 yards. I figure that was probably close
enough. I can't get my eye on him.
Laying right, just right there.
Oh, I got him now. Yeah. Yep. Well, cool. Good job.
Little pup coyote. He wasn't real. I told Colton, I said if they're bombing in, we'll just let them come.
Yeah.
But if they're stopping and checking up, that's probably we're not.
Yep. No, like I said, my glasses. I was like, can I still see the bead? I'm kind of glad. Got
Good
that.
thing Colton volunteered to drag that out of here for me. He's a nice guy,
What?
isn't he? Hell of a guide.
You better get going, man.
Welcome to the Last Stand Coyote class with me, Geoff Nemnich. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned coyote hunter, this class has something for you. Throughout the website, you'll find over 50 teaching videos broken down in an easy to follow format, specific stand breakdowns and analysis, exclusive Last Stand episodes chock full with even more info and tips and tactics than you find on the normal YouTube page, monthly live seminars and question and answer sessions with myself, plus much more. At the end of the day, the whole goal is to be able to take everything that you're learning through this course, go out to the field and kill more coyotes. So implementing these strategies out on your own is the key. The fundamentals are the same no matter if I'm hunting in the east or the west. Yes, the terrain's different, the lay of the land's different, and I take all these variables that we're going to be talking about throughout these courses and be able to mold these into those specific areas to kill more coyotes. Join me today and let's start killing more coyotes.
All right, 5th stand of the morning, working through our plan. Colton and I, like I said, got on Onyx. We just dropped some pins that were, you know, off the county roads or the highways that were good for a northwest wind. You know, stands where we're either calling to the north, calling back to the west. So we got in here. As I was setting the call out and getting Rick situated down in the hole there, a coyote howled right up here somewhere, not very far, under a half mile for sure. So that's going to be position A right here, but this big valley draw runs right up to upwind half. So county road and then some ag is back behind us. So I'm not anticipating anything come from there. So if everything works out, we're going to call in this coyote right here. He's just hopefully 500-600 yards up in this little cut up here. Where? Yeah. Oh yeah, coyote coming hard right here. You see him? Okay. We're just gonna let him come rolling right into Rick here. Okay. Just let him keep coming. That was a wad of a wad quad right there, we'll call that. I mean, they were all killable with that shotgun. Rick started dumping them. I don't know, the one shot off this way, that's the one we shot. We finally got him rolled up down here. Another one we had to finish off that was kind of limping up. I'm guessing at least got one more. We might have got all of them. I don't know how many we got, but he might have got two. We might have got all four. I don't know. I think we definitely got three. That was late in the stand. That was like 11 minutes in. Those coyotes must have come from that far hill. I had been through a series of pup fights. You know, I started off with Lucky Pecker. We heard that coyote howl. They must have howled way up on the hill. Lucky Pecker, nothing, just for a couple minutes. Schoolyard Brawl for a couple minutes, nothing. Went into Sig kicking ass for a minute and a half, nothing. I was about 2 minutes deep into coyote coon fight, and that's when Colton spotted them coming. We had two deer ran across, and then they come right across that flat out there about 250 yards, just coming right in. Well, if you were ever gonna get 2 in 1 shot, a wadded up quad would have been your shot.
Come here and listen. It didn't work out like I thought. So there was 2 of them, and I tried to kind of shoot in the middle of them, and I ended up just crippling them 2, and then I emptied my gun trying to finish this one that somebody finally finished for me.
Where'd the rest of them go?
I don't know. I don't know.
So we only got 2?
I guess.
Oh, damn. We thought you mopped up at least 2. We got the third one running here. I thought, okay, this one's dead up here.
No, I crippled 2 right when I tried to do that. I shouldn't have done that because they were kind of together, but they weren't. And then I just shot in the middle, thinking head on one and guts on the other. And then I crippled them both, and I emptied the gun trying to get this. So that didn't work. I don't think, unless the second one I crippled, where you should have saw, or they just kind of scattered.
Well, right when you shot, 3 went this way, 1 shot back this way. That's the one we started shooting at. We finally got him rolled up. Getting our exercise today. It's nice when you can just drive a little closer, but you know, today it's just what we're dealing with. So, you know, it's one of those days you're killing a lot of time walking in and out, so we're not expecting, you know, we're not going to crank out 18 stands today. It's probably going to be a, you know, 14, 15 day stand, or 15 stand kind of day. We got down in here again. All of our walks are like 300, 400, 500 yards to get down in here. Just kind of, once again, we got a big, deep bottom that goes up. We got kind of if you picture a pine tree, and there's little fingers going off this. This is the main draw, but we got a bunch of little finger cuts going off to the left and to the right. So we kind of got down here in the bottom where we have a little bit more openness. I'm going to cover hard right in case it kind of comes over kind of on the downwind half. Colton's covered in case something checks up the middle. I got Rick tucked down below us. 10 yards from the call. So if they come out of there, we gotta get a kill. Wind's picking up now, 15, maybe gusting to 18, but we should be within, if they're in here, we'll be within 500, 600, 700 yards of a coyote, and that's what we need. So gonna sit here about 10 minutes. There's one coming right up the draw, right at the bottom, coming hard. See him? Rick's gonna shotgun this one. He's going for wind here. I'm gonna try to get him here. I don't know if you're going to want to face Rick after that. You might as well just take off walking back to the truck before he gets up here. You know, he was coming great. You know, then he got right here about 100 yards, and I think he just saw us. He wasn't running hard enough to probably be shotgun at that point, but we kind of froze, and then he kind of bailed off, and that's just being patient. I knew he'd stop again, and he gave us about a 150-yard shot right there. Colton was about a second faster on the trigger than I was. I was just getting the slack pulled out of it. But nonetheless, we called one in.
Who did it? Were you rushing it or what?
Felt freaking solid on him, but I don't know what I did. I shot over him though.
It looked like it was high from my angle, but I couldn't quite tell. And then hell, I got off one shot. I didn't have my mag up in there when I reloaded after that.
Like you did the night hunt a couple years ago?
Yeah, so I just got one shot, and then I was like, oh. So it didn't cycle a second.
He was up there telling you guys, kiss off.
Did you hear me go after that?
Burger barking over the hill, yeah.
There's not a lot of cover here, or we can walk down and get in this draw, but they got the dead pit. Like right in here's their dead pit.
Okay. Well, we're on our longest dry stand of the day, or dry streak of the day. We have 2 blank ones in a row. That's the most we've had today. So hopefully we can keep this going. You know, calling in coyotes every third stand is really good. So got back into some a little bit rougher canyon stuff. Lots of yuccas, lots of little cuts and places these coyotes could be out of the wind. Wind picked up a little bit, maybe 15, 18. It's actually laying down and gusting up a little bit, which is great. Call really carries out there every time it lays down. So got Rick laid up with the 10 gauge over here about 40, 50 yards from us. Got the revolt even further out here. The idea here is that if they come out of this big draw, it'll funnel them up that way, right to him. Anything tries to come out over here to try to get wind, Colton and I can get it killed. So with the wind, middle part of the day, I mean, this can be like an 8-9 minute stand. I'll switch the lip squeak so I'll finish coming right up to it. Sit tight, we'll let him go right up to the call. Well, Rick redeemed himself, huh? If he'd have missed that one, we'd have had some words, I think. You know, the one thing you take away from a stand like this is the power of the revolt, the super revolt, and the ability to spin the call. I think it's one of the most underrated aspects of those two calls. You know, in most parts of the country, you know, your stands are going to be, you know, have areas where coyotes could come from multiple spots. And a traditional type e-call, you had to walk it out there, you have to set it, you have to figure out where you're going to point it. You know, the sound travels the furthest directly where that call's pointed. And if you have to stick it on top of a yucca, it's only going to go that far. You know, where that's pointed, it's not going to carry off to the sides as deep as it does when you point it in a certain direction. And that's what you can do with this. You know, the whole stand, I'm spinning that call left, right, all over. You know, if I'd had to point the call that way, stationary, the sound may have never got to that coyote over that hill there. You know, but by being able to spin the call, the sound carries over there, it carries deep over there, it carries deep into the entire 180, you know, that you're hoping the coyote's going to show up from. So let's go talk to Rick.
Hey, listen to this. So he says, to the left. I see him down there, and I'm like, there ain't no way he's going to clear that call. So I squeaked clear over here.
Yeah.
And then I had to shoot him there. He would have went clear to the call, I think, but I was running out of twist room. You know how you can't turn no more? I was like,
Well, I was going to say, for a guy that sells e-calls, I would have thought you'd have risked it, killing the call and the coyote.
I couldn't twist no more. That, and I was figured I thought you goons were going to dump him when he stopped
come
down
on,
here.
We're professionals out here. If he'd have stopped down the bottom and looked at us, we were going to kill him. But once he angled up that hill, I knew it was over.
Yeah, when you turn that lip squeak on, I'm like, that's the kiss of death, man.
I'm guessing this is going to be second to the last stand. Once again, another 400, 500, 600 yard walk to get up in here. It didn't lay out great as far as where we needed to set up. I wanted to be able to see the downwind. So we're actually on one side of the draw, the call's clear on the other. We can't really see really great around this corner. There's a big cut that runs up this way, but the idea here, by having the call up and across, if the coyotes are there, they'll run right down this low spot, maybe 100 yards on the left side of Rick, and they'll come down through the bottom here, you know, downwinds here. So I doubt they'd come up over the top. They usually kind of run that natural funnel if they're coming that way. But then if anything shows up straight up the main draw, we have a good shot across the flat. But like I said, second to last stand, we're going to sit here maybe 10 minutes, and then we'll have time to go find us one last stand for the day.
Hey.
That's exactly what we were wanting to happen. Coyote come right out of that draw, heading straight to the call. I just killed it. He got right to there, checked up, looked right up at the call. Dead coyote, 2 minutes in. Yeah, I'll tell you what,
I'm sitting on the left side.
you didn't get one off on him?
No.
What are you waiting on?
He just got there. Give him a few seconds. You guys double tapped him, it sounded like.
Yeah, I think so. He had checked up pretty hard. I was like, yeah, that's good enough for that one.
You go from one extreme to the other. That shotgun one, you wanted me to let him go a little more. No, I agree. I was looking at him. He looked like he was about ready to bug out.
Did you see him before he busted right over that top right there?
I seen him right here. I went, hey.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, you're an old school hand call guy, but that's exactly why you can't beat an e-call.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
I mean, you can manipulate a stand and do whatever you want. I mean, that's not a great spot to sit and shoot from, but we were able to funnel them down in here. It's just not a great setup, really, but we made it work.
Yep, definitely. No, you're right. you putting that call way up there on the side of that hill, you'd have never got that coyote any other way.
No, unless we'd have walked way up in there further. But all right, let's get him out of here. We got time for one more.
I'd have been better off with Doc Holliday's stagecoach gun, honestly. I would have.
Well, boys, that was a pretty good day.
Yeah, pretty rough on the old man, though.
I tell you, you had an app on your phone. I bet you we walked at least 8 miles. I don't know if you even looked yet.
I haven't looked yet.
But, you know, I mean, that's just, you know, that's the conditions you get. That's what you got to do, right? I mean, could have, I don't know if we'd have gotten the other stands in if we wouldn't have walked.
No.
You know?
Yeah.
No, it's just what we have to do.
10.19.
You know? 10.19 miles.
Holy crap.
You are. That's tough on the old man.
I've been dragging my feet the last 2 stands.
But, you know, 5 coyotes in the truck. Could have had a couple more if everything would have worked out perfect, but I'm telling you, you accomplished your goal.
Yeah,
you know,
I did.
You got one with the old 10 gauge.
You see what I'm packing now.
Yeah. So tomorrow will be different. You know, tomorrow's a little bit different day. Warmer, less wind, still gonna be some snow on the ground. Travel's gonna be a little bit issue getting in and out, but yeah, we'll see what we can get done. You know, if you guys, you know, it's tough sometimes when we're talking about these stands, like earlier when we killed that coyote, how we manipulated that setup.
Yeah.
You know, how Colton and I sat down on Onyx and plotted out a plan and kind of put together a plan for the day. You know, I think we cranked out 15 stands maybe, you know, and that's a lot. You know, if you're kind of thinking, hey, I don't know how to really do that, how to lay out plan, you know, sound sequences, what we're running today with volume and stuff like that, you know, I invite you to check out tlshunt.com. It's the all new website. You can see all the seasons of The Last Stand. You can find information about Rick, his website if you're looking to buy a call. And then obviously you can get information on the Last Stand Coyote class. And that's really where that'll come in. And also members, 10 free sounds.
10 free sounds. You can only get them there.
Yeah,
too.
exclusive sounds that Rick made just for the Last Stand Coyote class members. So yeah, if you're wanting to get a little bit better, you know, like I said, we like to give you guys tips and stuff, but we can't talk forever. You know, unfortunately, I already get chastised enough on the comments for talking too much. So, so yeah, I invite you to check it out, tlshunt.com. But stay tuned. We only had 2 days in Colorado since one got rained out.
Yeah.
So this was day 1. Tomorrow will be day 2. So stay tuned. I have a feeling it might be a good one.